up, and the tip is controlled by Wyatt, and the Broncos. I'm thinking, I can't remember when we got a tip here for a while. Here's Barry into Bubba Wyatt, 17-footer. Ooh, gets the roll. Hey, there's a good sign.
Yeah.
Shane Wyatt gets the first 2 points of the ball game, and the Broncos lead 2-0. Man-to-man defense by the Broncos. Look, we got a reach-in foul on Nick Stacy. First foul on Stacy, first team foul on the Broncos. We're just underway here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Bob Rohrman Auto Dealerships and Lafayette Life Insurance Company. Without them, this broadcast would not be possible, so we thank them for their sponsorship of Bronco Athletics on Student Run Radio, WJF here in Lafayette on the campus of Lafayette. Jeff Lancaster go to the baseline. Should have got a bunny and just couldn't get the roll.
Broncos still in a man-to-man D as they usually start out in.
Here's Richardson over to Barry. Barry on the wing, back to Richards, top of the key. It's like a zone defense by the Red Devils. It's like a 2-3 zone. Stacy over in front of the bench, three-pointer up and no good. Rebound by Lancaster.
Hopefully not too many one-and-dones.
Yeah, Matt over to Waters. Waters gets the ball into Wadika.
Now Zhang.
Zhang now back over to
Shiver.
Shiver, yeah, I'll get these numbers right here. Shiver over to Waters. Waters, he's at the free throw line, guarded by Bubba. Now, 17-footer up by Wadika is good. So Daniel Wadika, the 6-foot junior for Dave Wood's Red Devils, and this game is tied 2-2. 6:28 to go here in the first period. Here's Barry. Barry gets it over to Stacy. Now over to Roddy Richardson. Heads toward the basket. Double teamed. Regains his dribble. Now back over to Stacy. Stacy over to Barry. Barry got called for traveling. He tried to make a move there and shuffled his feet.
The Red Devils 2-3 zone working out pretty well for them against the Broncos this far.
Putting a lot of pressure on the ball. We'll see what happens here. Going to be triggered in by Waters. Waters, he gets it in to Wadika, being guarded by Stacy. Now crosses the half-court line. Here's Waters. Now over to Zhang. Zhang top of the key, being guarded by Barry. Pretty good man-to-man defense. Here's a cross-court pass to Zhang. He's 17-footer up, gets the roll. So George Zhang gets his first 2 points, and the Red Devils lead 4-2. Here's Barry, top of the key. Stacy, three-pointer for the baseline, up, almost a roll. Rebounded by Waters. He gets it over to Lancaster, cross half court. Now to Wadika. Wadika over to Shriver. Shriver now to Wadika.
Red Devils still taking their time, slowing the game down.
Shiver, yeah, I'll get it right. Thank you. Shiver now over to Waters, top of the key. Pretty deliberate offense here. They're looking for an open shot. Here's Waters in the paint. Now back out to Shiver. Shiver to Lancaster now. Top of the key. Here's Zhang being guarded by Roddy Richardson. Very deliberate. They're trying to look inside. Whoop. Roddy Richardson's going to get tied up right at half court. Possession error is going to be toward West Lafayette. So good hustling play by Roddy Richardson as he sweeps the floor right over the Bronco at center court here.
Looks like he might have been trying to call timeout below that huddle, but...
Well, he's in a tough spot there being on his belly because if he turned over, he'd be called for traveling. So he had to work something out. Here's Lancaster. He gets it over to Shiver. Shiver back out to Wadika. Wadika into Lancaster. Now Waters on the baseline to Lancaster. Up and no good. Looks like that ball's off of the hands of Roddy Richardson, out of bounds. So tough break for the Broncos. Lancaster's going to trigger in at the baseline. 4:22 to go in the first period. West Lafayette ahead by a score of 4-2. Lancaster on the baseline.
West side has shown no intentions of taking a three-point shot thus far. Like to keep their offense inside.
Here's Shiver. Top of the key now over to Waters. Waters to Zhang. A three-point shot by Zhang. Up and no good, and there's a nice rebound by Nick Stacy. Stacy over to Barry now in the wing. Now Richardson, long three-pointer. No good, but there's Bubba in the paint, up and good.
Muscles through the paint and gets a nice layup.
Shane White has all the points for the Broncos here early. 3:45 to go. The game is tied 4 apiece. Here's Zhang. Now over to Lancaster. Lancaster, top of the key, shot up and no good. He's shooting a three-pointer, and he gets fouled by Richardson. So Roddy a little bit close to Lancaster. I think Lancaster might have got an Academy Award there, falling down. I don't think he got hit that bad, but I think he did get hit. So
foul was a little late call, too.
Lancaster going to shoot 3 free throws. His first free throw up and good. First points for the West Lafayette starting quarterback, headed to Northern Illinois. Full-ride scholarship. Second free throw up and rims out of there. So 1 for 2. Got one more coming. Again, a nice crowd. We don't have the band tonight, but still got a nice crowd here for a Saturday night, February 7th, 2009, here in Lafayette, Indiana. Second free throw up and good. 6-4 now. West Lafayette over Lafayette Jeff. Here's Barry, top of the key. Richardson into Bubba Wyatt. Nope, we got an offensive foul called on Richardson. He jumped past the ball to Wyatt and then charged in. Second foul on Roddy. Third team foul now on the Broncos. 3:22 to go here in the first period as West Lafayette Red Devils lead the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. Zach Keener at the scorer's table. First substitution for the Broncos here early. Here's Lancaster. We got Waddick at top of the key. Now back to Lancaster on the wing.
Broncos in a 2-3 zone now.
Here's Zhang. Looks like he's going to take a three-pointer, but he doesn't. Gets it over to Waters, who takes a 17-footer good. And it's 8-4. West Lafayette on top. Barry gets it over to Richardson. He's headed toward the basket. In the paint, shot up, and no good. But there's Bubba. Another offensive rebound out of bounds, retained by the Broncos.
Lou, I might mention that it's actually Illinois State.
Illinois State? Illinois. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That Lancaster's going to. Not a problem. As Zach Keener, number 40, checks in for Roddy Richardson, who has 2 fouls already.
I got the right state. I did get right to university. So anyway, I know he's going to do a great job over there for those guys. Here's Zach. Belding shot up and no good. Here comes Lancaster. Looks like we're going to get a reach-in foul on Zach Keener. And first foul on Zach Keener. Fourth team foul on the Broncos. West Lafayette has not been whistled for a foul yet here in this first quarter, as West Lafayette leads 8-4 with 2:30 to go here in the first period. And we'll see what kind of defense here. It looks like Broncos double teaming all over the floor here. Lancaster on the wing. Now back over to Shiver. Shiver to Waddick. Now to Lancaster. Now over to Waters in the paint. Shot up and went directly. Got his own rebound. Up and good. So Waters gets his own rebound. It's 10-4 now. And it looks like last Saturday, Jade, is we're starting. The Broncos are starting out slow after an emotional Friday night game.
Yep.
We're playing the same way we did against BC. Belding with a three-pointer. It does not get the roll. It falls down and no call. But
touched every part of the rim before it finally went out.
Here's Zhang, shot up and good in the paint.
Impressive move by the big man.
Yep. And we're going to get a timeout here as West Lafayette leads by his action here. Zach Keener's going to trigger it into Barry as he crosses half court. 1:30 to go here in the first period. Barry gets it to Keener. Now Barry top of the key. He's going to take a three-pointer. It's up and good. So there's a good sign.
Very good sign.
Jesse Barry gets his first points, a three-pointer, his first points of the game with 1:15 to go. It's now 12-7. Here's a shot up and no good by Waddick, but a rebound by Shiver. Shiver, two-point basket, about an 18-footer up and good. So, as I mentioned, West Lafayette's hitting just about everything that goes up there on their end on the right. There's pass from Jesse Barry into Bubba Wyatt for a 15-footer up and good. So 6 points now for Shane. We're under a minute now. In fact, 50 seconds to go, 14-9. West Lafayette over Lafayette Jeff. As the Broncos full court pressure, trying to get a steal here over to Lancaster. He's going to go in against Bubba. Blocked shot by Bubba, but Lancaster stays with it. Bubba again blocks a shot. Here's a 17-footer by Wadika, no good. And everybody's crashing the boards. Belting headed to the...
Oh, wow, they call a charge.
And they call a charging foul on Colin Belting. So take the bucket away. That's going to be the 15th foul called on the Broncos. No fouls called on West Lafayette. So not sure whether he got there later or early, but anyway, it was a charging foul called against Colin Belting. That's his first foul. We're at 15 seconds to go here as West Lafayette's on the attack. They're going to hold the ball, I'm sure, for one here. As we got a traveling violation called on Daniel Wadika right at half court. So 11.4 seconds to go here in the first period. West Lafayette leads 14-9 over Lafayette Jeff. We'll see if the Broncos can get a basket here. They're going to get possession to start the second period. We got a blocking foul now called on Daniel Wadika. He's a little bit close to Jesse Berry. So the first foul called on Wadika, and that's also the first team foul called on West Lafayette. We got 4.8 on the clock now. Richardson gets it into Berry. Top of the key, three-pointer, no good. Bubba with a shot at the buzzer. Oh, it's off the rim.
Wow.
So we could have used that one, but we've come to the end of the first period with a score. West Lafayette second period action against West Lafayette, and back with the action. Here's Jade.
Well, the Broncos have possession right now as the ball is teed in by Nick Stacy. Roddy Richardson going to take a three from the wing, can't get it, gets his own rebound, and the foul going to be called on the Red Devils. Coach Wood very upset about this call. Looks like they're going to get George Zhang. George Zhang's first foul of the team, or first foul of the game, excuse me, the team's second. So Roddy Richardson set to trigger it in.
Nice play by Richardson following his shot. Good fundamental basketball.
Tips it right into Wyatt. Wyatt going to turn around for about a 15-foot jumper, can't get it. Rebound by Waters. Lancaster coming up the court, gets it to Shiver. Shiver double teamed in the corner, dribbles out of it. Almost gets the ball stolen by Jesse Berry as he was trying to intercept the pass from Shiver to Lancaster, but Red Devils will maintain possession. Lancaster gets it into Waters now, hands it off to Lancaster. Lancaster taking some advice from Coach Wood, setting up the offense as he's guarded by Richardson. Shiver in the wing now, gets it to Zhang on the top of the key. Zhang dribbling inside, penetrates on the baseline. Nice move by the big man, but can't get the bucket to fall. Shane Wyatt with the rebound. He's been all over those boards tonight. Berry coming up the court now, dribbling around the perimeter. Gets it to Roddy. Roddy to Keener. Corner. Nick Stacy fakes a shot. No look inside pass to Shane Wyatt. And Wyatt with a nice finish inside.
Awesome move by the big man.
Broncos come alive here a little bit more. Still got to get things rolling from three range, but doing a better job. More on defense than anything as Lancaster kicks it out to Zhang in the wing. Zhang double team, looking for someone to pass it to, and Nick Stacy steals the ball from me right in the corner. Stacy faking, pulling up, gets it to Berry. Berry at the elbow, pulls up for a shot, tries to draw the foul. No contact, and the ball is taken right out of his hands by Waters. Lancaster out of the corner to Jones, excuse me. Kevin Jones just recently checked in, gets it to Shiver. Shiver almost has the ball stolen, but it actually lands in the hands of Waters, who nails about a 12-foot shot from the baseline. They score 16-11 with 6:10 left in this game, within the first half. Berry, a couple dribbles, pulls up, 15-foot shot gets to go, and Red Devils with their points.
Well, we're at 6:04 to go. Broncos trail West Lafayette 16-13, and back with the action. Here's Jade.
Red Devils with the ball. Wadika coming up the court. Gets to Shiver. Shiver on the elbow, penetrates inside. Shot nearly blocked, but goes up over Shane Wyatt, and about a 10-foot shot falls. Berry to Keener in the corner to Belting. Roddy takes a three, dribbles inside, kicks it out to wide open Berry. Berry going to take a three, gets it all day. 18-16 now with that three-point shot. Berry starting to show some impressive shooting.
I got him with 8 points, Jade.
Yep, he's really come alive here. Shiver now with the ball at the top of the key. Stolen by Barry. Stolen by Barry. He's attacking the basket. Can't finish, but Belting with the rebound.
Good hustle by
Very good hustle by Belting. He falls to the ground. Gets it to Roddy Richardson. Richardson to
nice
Wyatt.
pass.
Wyatt
he's a bank
finish.
board.
Man, Broncos could have tied it up for taking the lead there, but no finish under the basket. Watka now with the ball. Guarded by Barry at the elbow. Roddy comes out to double team, and they kick it out to Shiver. Shiver around the perimeter. Red Devils still demonstrating a very deliberate offense. They're not going to take the shot unless they have what they want. As Belting fouls Shiver. Belting's second foul of the game, going to be the Broncos' 6th. One more, and the Red Devils will be shooting free throws. And the bonus, and now substitution. Nick Stacy going to come back into this game in place of Colin Belting, going to get a little rest.
Great play down here on the defensive end.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Watka with the ball now. Nearly stolen by Barry. Barry showing tremendous defense this far this night, and a pass stolen by Keener. And Barry fouled under the basket as he was trying to attack coast to coast. Foul's going to be on Watka. They're going to call it just a regular blocking foul. It's a little bit like Jordan Breyer's foul from BC where Barry went into the stands there. That was called flagrant, but that's just a normal foul, so Barry going to shoot 2 free throws. Sinks the first one, makes it 18-17 as George Zhang re-enters the game for the Red Devils. Going to take the place of Watka.
Barry now with 9 points, Jade.
Yep. With this one, he can tie the score up and hit that 10 mark in the game. Can't get it to fall. Shane Wyatt did a nice job of blocking out, but couldn't get it. Wyatt loses his headband, and one of the young Bronco fans under the basket grabs it for him. As Shiver gets it to Waters. Guarded by Stacy. Gets it to Lancaster. Lancaster now out the elbow, kicks it to Waters. Waters from behind three-point range, drives baseline. And ball goes out of bounds. The last touch by Zach Keener of the Broncos. So the Red Devils are going to maintain possession. And Lancaster set to key it in. Gets to Waters. Waters puts up a long shot, no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. A long looping shot there by Waters. Barry from 3 range, driving inside, puts the shot up, no good, gets his own rebound, puts up a second shot and is fouled. Well, that was an excellent job there. Barry, they weren't going to get anything from that. Red Devils were just going to make him have a one and done, but Barry following his shot, drawing his contact, and going to go to the free throw line again. Shane Wyatt has his headband back. He received it from one of the young fans into the basket as Barry from the charity stripe. First shot on its way, and good. Ties it up here with 3:59 to go in the second quarter, 18-18. Another substitution here. Craig Trammell going to come in for George Zhang.
6-foot senior for Coach Dave Wood's Red Devils. We're at 3:59 to go in the second period. Score tied. Broncos looking a little better, Jade.
Yep, they got it together so far. Barry, second shot up and good. Gets them both that time, and that gives the Broncos a 1-point lead over the West Lafayette Red Devils. A little confusion getting the ball in for the Devils, but they finally get to Lancaster, one of their seniors on this team. Backcourt pressure put on now by the Broncos. Lancaster dribbles through it, gets it to Jones. Jones back to Lancaster. Lancaster around the perimeter. Penetrates inside. Kicks the ball out to Shiver. Shiver fakes a shot from 3 and gets it to Trammell. Trammell to Waters. Waters around the perimeter now. Gets a screen from Jones and kicks it to Shiver. Shiver at the elbow. Double team. Shiver in a little bit of trouble and stolen by Nick Stacy. Nick Stacy going to go up for a layup and can't finish, but Barry with the rebound and then has it stolen. And then Roddy Richardson steals it right back off a poor pass, attempting to get a score in transition. Roddy Richardson can't finish, but last touch by the Red Devils as it goes out of bounds. So Broncos catch a break there after several hands touching the ball. They're still going to maintain it, and they could really pull away with some good defense here. If they can get a score here, gets it to Wyatt. Wyatt on the baseline. Spin move. Gets it to Keener. Keener going to take a three. In and out. Rebound by Trammell. Trammell to Lancaster now. Lancaster side by side with Richardson up the court. Towns is right into the lane and kicks out to Shiver. Shiver going to take a shot. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. Roddy coming up the court now. Wide open Nick Stacy from the corner. Takes a three and gets it. That's more like it. 22-18 now. Red Devils pushing in transition. Slow it down. Get it inside to Waters. Waters kicks it back out to Jones. Jones to Trammell. And timeout. Dave Wood wants a timeout. He's going to talk some things over with his Red Devils. Full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Broncos.
Lafayette Red Devils 22-18 with 2:31 to go here in the second period. Back with the action. Here's Jade.
The Red Devils get the ball into Lancaster. Lancaster dribbles around the perimeter, setting up his offense. Substitution during the break for the Red Devils. Number 32, Jordan Liturgis in the game now. Liturgis, a former Jeff student, now attending West Side. As Lancaster receives the ball at the elbow. Still looking for someone. Finds Shiver now. Shiver taking advice from Coach Wood from across the floor. Little spin move. Can't find anybody. Gets it to Waters in the corner. Liturgis puts up a shot. No good. Rebound by Colin Belting. Belting. Oh, man. Belting with a pass. Attempted to Barry. Goes out of bounds. Belting in a little bit of a hurry there as he was being pressured under the basket upon receiving the rebound. So the Red Devils going to take over here.
Have any reason why Liturgis left Jeff and went to West Side? You got any inside information, Jade?
None that's official or credible, so I'll just keep commentating here.
Okay.
Shiver going to get it to Liturgis. Liturgis at the elbow, gets it to Jones. Jones at the top of the key now. Over to Waters. Now to Lancaster, kicks it back out to Jones.
So maybe you could go to work for Sports Illustrated with all this inside information on A-Rod that came out today, you know?
Oh, yeah. Pretty interesting with that. Shiver now at the elbow, kicks it back out to Waters. Waters dribbles back out. Now to Jones. Jones inside to Lancaster on the baseline. Red Devils slowing things down as we predicted they would. And Lancaster uses the board for a layup. Nice layup off the glass. Barry coming up the court now. Over to Keener. Keener gets it inside to Wyatt. Wyatt going to take a 17-foot turnaround jump shot. No good. Rebound by Jordan Liturgis. Liturgis gets it up to Lancaster. In transition, gets it to Jones. Jones fakes a shot inside to Waters. Kicks it back out to Jones. Jones fakes a shot. Doesn't take it. Nearly passed the ball out of bounds to Waters, but Waters back to Jones. So
we're under a minute here, Jade. 45 seconds to go here in the second period.
First half. Shiver with the ball at the elbow. And I imagine that the Red Devils will be hanging on to this ball for a pretty long time here as the game clock's ticking down. Shiver, perimeter extended, kicks it out to Liturgis. Liturgis has the ball almost stolen by Belting. Gets it to Shiver. Shiver looking for someone. Lancaster gives him some help, now guarded by Barry. Shiver, taking advice from Coach Wood, turns around, puts up a shot, and gets a firmly roll under the basket. 6 seconds left. Keener gets it in to Barry. 4 seconds. Barry coming up the court. Barry almost loses the ball. Nick Stacy puts up a three. Doesn't go. And this game is tied at halftime. 22-22 between the Lafayette Jeff Broncos and the West Lafayette Red Devils. We're going to be joined at...
They're going to perform what they learned today.
want to talk about our batting average. It's 1,000 in overtimes, right, Jade?
Yep.
Well, we're back to action. West Lafayette has control of the second half possession here. We've got Wadika, top of the key, into Lancaster. He's at the top of the key. Now over to Shiver. Here's Zhang being guarded by Barry. Now into Wadika. Wadika, pretty man-to-man defense, pretty good at that for the Broncos here to start the third period. Zhang, offensive foul called on him as he drove down and pushed off against Jesse Barry. So George Zhang there with a player control foul. Third team foul on Zhang, so that might be a big call right there, Jade.
Definitely. That'll start things off right for the Broncos instead of the Red Devils.
Here come the Broncos. Man-to-man defense now by West Lafayette. Barry, top of the key. Gets it over to Colin Belting. Now back to Barry. He's on the wing. Now into Bubba. Shot up and good. So Shane Wyatt. Nice offensive move by the big man.
Definitely.
24-22. Broncos up by 2 here. Just underway in the third period. Lancaster headed toward the basket. Loses control. Roddy Richardson to Barry. Layup. Good. So love to see that up and down when you're under control here. Broncos score the first 2 points here to start the third period. 26-24.
First 4 points, actually.
Yeah, first 2 baskets, I meant to say.
Yep.
Here's Shiver. Now into Lancaster. Lancaster goes up against Roddy Richardson. He scores. 26-24. Here's Barry across the timeline. He's being guarded by Wadika. Now into Bubba. Bubba in the paint. Shot up. And good. He gets the roll. So Wyatt with another 4 points here in the second half.
He's over 10 now.
Yeah, he's in double figures. Wadika, top of the key, being guarded by Nick Stacy. Pretty good defense. Colin Belding. Guarding. Here's a shot up by Shiver. No good. There's Bubba. Sure, he's going to be in the rebounding.
Yep, he's averaging a double-double, Lou.
Yeah, hopefully he can keep it going here. Stacy with a three-pointer from the wing, up and no good. Rebound by Shiver. West Lafayette in a hurry. Across the timeline now. Here's Lancaster, top of the key, gets a screen, nowhere to go. Back over to Wadika on the wing. Stacy, pretty good pressure on Wadika, top of the key. Wadika headed toward the paint. Now over the baseline, over to Zhang, but we got a reach-in foul. Looks like it's going to be on Bubba Wyatt. Little reach-in foul inside the paint there. That's his first foul, so hopefully that'll be his only one of the game here for Shane Wyatt. We need him.
Definitely.
Lancaster going to trigger it in on the baseline. He's looking for Wadika. Shot up by Zhang is good, so looks like a busted defensive play there.
Yeah.
As Zhang banked one off the glass. 28-26, Broncos on top. Barry gets it over to Belting. Belting now into White. He's in the paint. Whoop, looks like we got a hold. Somebody grabbing number 52's uniform there, Jade.
Yeah, on the floor, though, before the shot, so.
Yeah, that foul's going to be called against Waters. Zach Waters, the 6'3 junior. First foul on Waters. There's Barry on the wing. Man-to-man defense over to Belding on the wing. Now gets it over to Richardson looking in to Bubba. Bubba going to make a move against Lancaster. Up. Looks like we're going to get a foul.
There's in the act of shooting.
Yep. Waters just too much. Looks like he's riding the saddle there. Up, he's going to get Wadika. That's third team foul, or a third player foul called on Daniel Wadika. Bubba's first free throw up and no good. 4:57 to go here in the third period. Lafayette Jeff leading West Lafayette 28-26. Again, thank our sponsors, the Bob Roman Auto Dealership and Lafayette Life Insurance Company. Thank you for your sponsorship of Bronco basketball on Jeff 92. Second free throw up and good by Bubba Wyatt. 29-26 now. West Lafayette across the timeline. Waters gets it into Zhang on the baseline. He drives against Barry, gets Barry in the air, and there's a blocked shot, but looks like they're going to get Stacy for coming behind The out official here got Zhang shooting a shot. The play down on the baseline. The underneath official said it just went out of bounds, but the official out here had him coming to the side and got George Zhang's arm. So George going to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw up and good for the 6'3" sophomore for the Red Devils.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Lou. Looks like a pretty clean block. Pretty good defensive play.
Second free throw up and good. So it's 29-28. Lafayette Jeff up by 1. 4:42 to go here, third period. Barry across half court. Man-to-man defense by the Red Devils. Barry just dribbling out. Not enough to get a 5 count as he's being guarded by Wadika. Here's a long three-pointer by Roddy Richardson to bounce over the bank board and out of bounds. Red Devil ball. Now here comes Stacy, about three-quarter court. A little bit of pressure now put on Daniel Wadika. Wadika still dribbling around. Now over to Waters. Waters drives toward the paint. Now into Lancaster, being guarded by Richardson. Back to Waters on the wing. Now over to Shiver. Shiver back over to Zhang. Zhang on the baseline, being guarded by Barry. Almost called for traveling, but no call. Wadika over to Lancaster for a 2-point basket.
Red Devils regain the lead with that. 30-29 here with just under 4 minutes to play.
Stacy into Bubba. Shot up and no good, but they're going to get a foul.
No look pass by Nick Stacy to Wyan inside. Wyan did a nice job drawing the foul.
So Waters gets his his second foul, excuse me. Second foul on Zach Waters. Dave Wood not happy with that call. Bubba, free throw, first free throw up and good, ties the game at 30. 3:46 to go in the third period. Second free throw up and nothing but net for Bubba Wyatt. 31-30, 3:46 to go, third period. Lancaster across the half court. Nope, looks like we got a hold. It's going to be on Jesse Berry as he was holding George Zhang in the paint there, Jade.
Only Berry's first foul, I believe. Yep, first foul. That's a good sign.
I think him and Bubba only have one apiece. So here's Lancaster going to trigger the ball in. Now to Zhang. Zhang to Waters, top of the key. Back to Lancaster. Now to Waters. Waters, top of the key. Not sure where to go. Now gets it into Wadika, top of the key again. Nick Stacy, pretty good pressure. Got it. 5 count going. Now he gets it over to Shiver. Shiver now to Waters. 3:17 now. 31-30. This game may be stay under 50 points here, Jade, if we don't watch out.
Yeah, they're
West Lafayette very patient here on offense.
Definitely.
Here's Shiver being guarded by Colin Belding. Not close enough for a call, but he's just dribbling around outside right now. Now count's called. Now over to George Zhang. Yep, looks like we got we're going to have an offensive foul. Nope. 52, looks like we're going to get Bubba Wyatt on a shove. Not sure what that foul was. I didn't get a good look at that.
Conflicting calls from the referees. One referee indicated travel, and well, now it looks like they're going to talk about it.
Yeah, the referees are getting together to see where the ball is going to be placed out of bounds, and it is going to be on the baseline. So, second foul on Bubba Wyatt in this contest. Well, there must have been some contact there. I'm not sure where, but anyway, Lancaster, he gets it into Shiver. Shiver now drives to the baseline. Shot up and good. It's going to be a foul, looks like, on Richardson. A little shove by Roddy Richardson in the act of shooting. That's Roddy's third foul. 15 foul on the Broncos. West Lafayette has committed 14 fouls. We're at 2:48 to go here in the third period. 31-30. Lafayette Jeff leading West Lafayette, and 2 free throws are going to be awarded to the 6'2" senior, John Shiver, for West Lafayette. First free throw, up and good. Ties the game at 31. We're really going to have to keep the lead here, Jay, because we get down 6, 7, 8 points, and West Lafayette's going to put it in the tank and move things around. Second free throw up and no good.
They can't let them get too much control over this game, or else they're going to slow it way down if they haven't already.
Barry cross half court now to Richardson. Richardson looking at Barry. Got a reach-in foul before the shot. Going to get it on fouls on 22. That's John Shiver. First team foul, or first foul on Shiver. 15th foul as both teams committed 5 team fouls now. Going to be triggered in by Richardson. He's going to get it into Barry. Barry top of the key now. Man-to-man defense by West Lafayette. Barry over to Richardson. He's going to the baseline. Shot up and good.
One.
And a blocking foul.
Both players collide hard with the floor. Richardson slow to get up. An excellent job on the baseline for Richardson to finish and draw the contact.
That foul going to be called on Zach Waters. That's his fourth. They're going to get Wadika. Wow, that's his fourth. Dave Wood not happy with that call. And we're going to get Zach Keener. He's going to come in for Colin Belting. So 33-31 as Roddy Richardson trying to get the and one here. Put the Broncos up by 3 points with 2:26 to go here in the third period. Free throw up and no good. Tries to follow his shot, but he's a little short as John Shiver gets the rebound. He's top of the key. Now we're to Waters. Waters back to Shiver. Now back to Waters. He's at the top of the key being guarded by Bubba Wyatt. Now the Zhang on the wing. Wing to Lancaster being guarded by Roddy Richardson. They're just running their offense here. 2 minutes to go now here in the third period. Broncos up by a score of 33-31. Again, Shiver just moving the ball around. Now we're to Lancaster on the wing. Richardson's got to watch it. He's got 3 fouls. Now Shiver being guarded by Zach Keener. Double teamed. Stolen by Jesse Berry. We got a timeout called by Coach Scott Bunnell. Dave Wood not happy with that call, but in at half court. Broncos going left to right here. Barry cross half court now with 1:40 to go. 33-31. Lafayette Jeff over West Lafayette. Sweet Lou Jeff Luzader on Student Run Radio, WJEF on the campus of Lafayette Jeff High School. Along with my tag team partner, Jade Washburn, down to minute 20. Richardson into Barry. Barry wing three-pointer up and no good. Lancaster with the rebound for West Lafayette. Quickly across half court. Looking for somebody to pass to. Gets it into Waters, top of the key. Now we're to Shiver. Shiver now in Kevin Jones, number 2, substitution. A 6'1" senior for Dave Wood's Red Devils. 1 minute to go here, third period. Kevin Jones, top of the key. Now we're to Lancaster on the wing. He drives toward the basket. Layup is good, so a nice play by the 6'3" senior, Matt Lancaster. Nice player.
The lane seemed to pretty much open up for him right there as the Broncos were trying to shift back over. So, yeah.
Barry with a 3, good. The game was tied, and now it's 36-33, 35 seconds to go here in the third period. Timeout. As Roddy Richardson put some pressure on the inbounds pass because of the girls' sectional next Thursday night, next boys Bronco broadcast. Here's a home run ball by Jones, up and good. Not very good defense by the Broncos as it's 36-35 with 25 seconds to go. Broncos up by 1. Barry just dribbling out. He's being guarded by Shiver, but not enough for a count to start. Now he's over to Richardson right in front of the bench. We're down to 12 seconds. Broncos holding for 1 here. Just about ready to end the third period. Richardson now to Barry with 4 seconds. Barry driving the basket, 17-footer up and no good. And we've come to the end of the third period with the score, Lafayette Jeff 36, West Lafayette 35. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We're back at the Crawley Center. Sweet Lou Jeff Luzader along with my tag team partner, Jade Washburn, as the Broncos of Lafayette Jeff lead West Lafayette by a score of 36-35. And we're ready to start third period action. And take it away, Jade.
Thank you, Lou. Zach Keener gets the ball into Jesse Berry as we're off here in the fourth quarter at Crowley Center. Berry dribbling around the perimeter, kicking the ball out to Roddy Richardson. Roddy driving inside. Circus shot up, almost goes, but George Zhang gets the rebound as it rimmed out. Lancaster dribbling up the court. Little contact with Richardson, but no call. Lancaster driving in the lane now, putting a shot up and gets it. Red Devils take the lead with that bucket, 37-36. 7:30 left in this game. Berry pulling up from about 17 feet. Can't get the ball to fall. And Bubba not boxing out there real well until he get the rebound. Lancaster came up with it. Lancaster gets the ball to Waters now. Waters holding the ball a little bit out from the top of the key. 5-second call starts as Bubba gets pretty close to him, so he gives it to Jones. Jones over to Waters. Jordan Liturgis back in this game.
Very patient on offense, Jade.
Very patient. Waters gets the ball inside to Zhang. Zhang muscling his way through. Gets the ball. Gets the shot and one. Through the contact. Did a nice job of finishing. Foul on Nick Stacy. That's the third foul. Substitution now. Shiver, John Shiver, going to come back in the game. Replaces Jordan Liturgis. George Zhang going on the charity stripe, trying to complete the three-point play. 39-36 is the score with 6:46 left. Zhang buries the foul shot. It's a two-possession game here, 40-36. Red Devils on top. Berry coming up the court now, inside to Wyatt. And pretty good pass. Wyatt probably could have converted that into points, but Waters called for the foul. However, that is the team's 7th foul, so Bubba Wyatt going to shoot 1-1 in the bonus here.
Well, as of last night, Jade, this game will be decided at the free throw line.
Yep. Bubba, first shot up, gets it.
We're at 6:41 to go, 40-37, West Lafayette over Lafayette Jeff.
With that foul shot, Bubba goes to 16 and ties Berry for the team's leading scorer. Second shot up and good, and Bubba is now leading the Broncos in scoring with 17 points and 5 rebounds, I believe. Lancaster with the ball. This is George Zhang. George on the attack, gives it to Jones. Out by the elbow. Jones dribbling around to Waters, almost stolen by Wyatt. Now Waters going to blow past Wyatt, drive into the lane for an uncontested layup. Jesse Berry coming up the court now. Berry going to put up a shot. Shot no good, but a foul. They're going to get Shiver, John Shiver on the foul. Push off. On his second foul of this game. Berry going to go to the charity stripe for 1-1. First shot up, good. Little confusion at the scores table. Craig Trammell was going to come in, and Dave Wood a little confused on who the foul was called on, so Craig Trammell with a smile on his face retakes the seat on the bench. Berry's second foul shot up and good, and now Coach Bunnell wants a timeout. 42-40, 6:16 left in this fourth quarter, and we got a full timeout here, so we'll
2:40, 6:16 to go here. West Lafayette on the attack, back with the action. Here's Jade Washburn.
Shiver gets the ball into Lancaster. Lancaster still behind half court as he's dribbling up. Lancaster with a pass over to Shiver. Shiver at the elbow, guarded by Keener. Fakes inside, then goes back out to Waters. Shiver going to accelerate now, and a pure swat by Jesse Berry.
Nice block.
Berry just went right up and met the ball in the air and whacked it over into the stands. So good solid block by Berry. Lancaster getting the ball in quickly to Waters, wasting no time doing so. Gets it to Jones. Jones hands it off to Lancaster. Lancaster near half court with a pass to Shiver. Shiver now to Jones, over to Zhang. Zhang at the elbow, double team. Kicks it out to Lancaster. Lancaster has the ball stolen by Berry. Berry picks up his dribble, so has to pass the ball off to Keener, who immediately gives it back to him. Nice steal there by the Broncos. Berry gets the ball inside to Wyatt. Wyatt puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Lancaster. Richardson almost came down with that one. Kicks it out to Shiver. Shiver dribbles around the perimeter. Pick and roll by Waters. Executed perfectly, but couldn't get the shot off. Gets the ball out of bounds. However, last touch by Roddy Richardson of the Broncos, so the Red Devils will maintain possession. 42-40 to score in this game. Just over 5 minutes left.
Jade, looks like a little more defensive pressure put on by the Broncos here. We did get a turnover just a few seconds ago. We'd like to get another one.
Definitely doing a nice job maintaining that intensity on defense. Waters with the ball out at half court. Gets it to Lancaster now. Lancaster on the elbow with a move on Richardson. Puts the shot up over Shane Wyatt. So,
well, Shane was sitting back there, Jade, trying to get the charge, but he did get taken care of. Richardson penetrating the lane perfectly as he bounced through 3 defenders before laying it in. Pretty effortless looking there. Long pass to George Zhang, and Zhang with a pump fake on his shot, drew contact from Jesse Berry and then went up for it. Shot didn't fall, but Zhang will go to the line for 2 shots. Well, both teams in the bonus now. Well, Jay, this is going to be just like we have the last 2 or 3 ball games here at the Crawley Center. It's going to come down to free throws. Definitely. And it's going to be a close one right down to the line here. Speaking of free throws, Zhang perfect from the charity stripe thus far tonight. I believe 4 of 4 now. Going to make this 5 of 5. 46-42 now, 4-point lead. Jesse Berry dribbling up the court. Gets it off to Roddy Richardson. Richardson takes driving inside, kicks it out to Berry. Berry takes a shot, drives inside. Gets it to, dumps it off to Wyatt, and the ball is stolen by Lancaster. Full court pressure on by the Broncos now. Waters still hasn't crossed. Gets it to Lancaster. Lancaster just now crosses. Kicks it out to George Zhang. George Zhang to Lancaster. Now Waters near half court. And pretty aggressive move by Shane Wyatt, and the foul is called. So, Waters, Zach Waters, 6'3" senior, going to go to the line. Well, the Red Devils are playing pretty good ball right now. We know the Broncos can do better, Jay. They're just not, we need to turn the switch on here and get the offense going again. Definitely. Waters, first foul shot up and no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson, and we're going to have a over-the-back foul called on Red Devils. They're going to get Waters on that. So Broncos will have possession now. Well, that's Waters' 4th foul. And the team's 9th. One more, and the Broncos will be shooting 2. From here on out, a couple substitution, or a substitution. Colin Belton going to come in and grab Shane Wyatt. Wyatt going to get a little break. Well, we're at 3:58 to go. West Lafayette leading 46-42, and it's going to come down to free throws here, Jade. Richardson goes to the line for first of a 1-and-1. And now Daniel Watka coming in for Waters. Waters has 4 fouls, so he'll be spending some time on the bench as Coach Dave Wood certainly doesn't want to lose him. He's a pretty decent player. Richardson's first shot on its way, and good. Makes it a 1-possession game, 46-43, just under 4 minutes in this game left. Coach Bunnell speaking with his players about what to do after the shot up, and Roddy Richardson 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. Watka with a long pass up to Jones. Jones being pressured by Belting. Gets it back to Watka. Watka around the perimeter. Draws a double team. Kicks it out to Shiver. Shiver accelerating and comes back out. Broncos in a 3-2 zone right now. Red Devils having a little trouble adjusting. Gets it to Zhang. Zhang's still very far out from the 3-point arc. Double team and a pass is stolen by Keener. Keener going to go up for a layup and a nice finish. A little bit of contact, no call, but he was still able to finish it. And the game is tied, 46-46. 3:23 left in this game. 3-2 zone working out very well for the Broncos. Almost a steal, but, well, in fact, it was a steal had they not called the foul on Nick Stacy. Called a reach-in foul just as Jesse Berry was starting to accelerate towards the other end of the gym. It's his 4th foul, so Shane Wyatt going to rein into the game. He'll no doubt be getting Stacy. Well, a foul on each team now will put both teams in the double bonus, Jade. So actually going to get Colin Belting.
So Belton going to have a seat here.
9 team fouls on each team here. So
first shot up by Watica, gets it. Substitution for the Red Devils. Jordan Liturgis going to re-enter for Kevin Jones. Jones receiving applause, coming back to his bench. Second shot up by Watica, gets a friendly roll off the basket. 48-46, 3:16 left in this game. Jesse Berry coming up the court, kicks it out to Stacy. Stacy immediately goes inside to Wyatt, who is triple teamed. Attempted a no-look pass, and Shiver stole the ball. Shiver stole the ball for the Red Devils. Berry maintaining tough on defense. Ball almost stolen by Nick Stacy. But Lancaster recovers the ball. Kicks it out to Watica. Watica going inside to Liturgis. Liturgis gets a layup. 2:46 left in this game. Red Devils on top, 50-46. Berry loses his balance, but that was because of a foul, and the foul is going to be called on Daniel Watica. So that's double bonus now.
It's going to be the 15 foul, or 5th foul on Watica, too.
Watica fouled out of this game, and his team now with 10 fouls, so Bronco is going to be shooting 2 every trip to the charity stripe from here on out. George Zhang, all the Red Devils coming over to the bench as they're getting this substitution sorted out, and so too are the Broncos. Dave Wood talking over with his players, and Zach Waters going to re-enter. He has 4 fouls as well, and Colin Belton going to check in now. He's going to grab Bubba Wyan again. So Jesse Berry's going to be shooting 2 from the foul line. 2 Broncos in the backcourt. Student section of West Lafayette starting to make a little noise here to my left. Berry's first foul shot on its way, and good. 1 possession game now, 50-47. Berry, second foul shot on its way, and good. 50-48, 2:41 left in this game. Full court pressure put on by the Broncos. Still in the backcourt of the Red Devils. Lancaster dribbling through the traffic now, brings it up court. Hands the ball to Shiver. Shiver draws the double team. Draws the double team again to Shiver inside to Zhang. Zhang for a nice turnaround shot, can't get it. And the ball last touched by the Red Devils as it went out of bounds, so the Broncos going to have possession here.
Tough break for their West Lafayette. That ball was in and came out.
Yeah. No, wait. We're going to have a little bit of confusion here by the referees. Broncos originally were trying to get Bubba Wyatt back into the game, his substitution.
Well, he didn't get there to the table in time as the clock went off, so he's going to have to wait.
So, let's do this again. The Broncos inbound the ball to Jesse Berry. Berry coming up the court. Berry driving inside, puts up a shot. Can't get it to fall, but a foul called. And let's see who it's going to be on. Going to be on Shiver. John Shiver, that's his 3rd foul of the game, I believe. Bubba Wyatt trying to re-enter the game still, but no luck at the scores table. So he just takes a seat again. Berry going to line for 2. First shot on its way for Jesse Berry. Can't get it to fall, in and out. 50-48, still the score.
Yeah, like you said, Bubba just went back to the table there. He's going to get a little extra rest here before 2:13 to go.
Well, definitely. They're going to need him to grab some crucial boards here down the stretch. Berry's second shot up and good. Cuts the lead to 1. And the Broncos continuing to pressure in the backcourt. George Zhang dribbling through traffic and has the ball stolen by Jesse Berry. Berry doing an excellent job of recognizing the confusion in traffic. Stealing the ball. Roddy Richardson takes a shot. Kicks it out to Colin Belting. Belting going to drive. Baseline, gets it to Roddy Richardson. Roddy Richardson takes a shot, drives inside, pro hop, can't get the shot to fall. And a rebound by George Zhang. Ball goes out of bounds, the last touch by Zach Keener, so Broncos can't convert on that pretty good turnover there. Full timeout on the Red Devils. So
it's like man-to-man full court pressure put on by the Broncos.
Yep, Shiver going to key it in, gets it to Liturgis. Liturgis with the ball. Pressures in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline, and the ball nearly stolen by Roddy Richardson. Wanted a foul call there. Didn't get it. Still tremendous pressure. And now Colin Belting is going to commit a foul.
I think they're wanting getting a foul on the liturgist instead of Lancaster.
Yeah, definitely. Lancaster going to go to the line now to shoot the double bonus.
Both teams in it. Both teams committed at least 10 team fouls, so it's going to be 2 free throws the rest of the way here.
Lancaster's first shot up and good. Bubba Wine going to check in now finally after several failed attempts. Scorer's bench. Colin Belting going to have a seat. He has 4 fouls in this game, I believe. Lancaster, second shot up, no good. Rebound by John Shiver, and that is not good for the Broncos at all. Lancaster being pressured, dribbling in the wrong direction, trying to get away from this fierce Broncos defense. Liturgis now, triple teamed in the corner, and the ball nearly stolen by Jesse Berry. Last touch, however, by Shiver. 1:23 left in this game, 51-49, the Red Devils lead.
Well, we could use a turnover here, Jade, with 1:23 to go.
Gets it into Shiver, does Lancaster. Lancaster receives the ball now, still behind the half-court line. And the ball nearly stolen, and now a foul going to be called. Broncos a little overzealous there on defense, I think. They're trying to apply that pressure.
They got Zach Keener on that foul.
Yeah, they got Keener. That's only his second. Shiver going to go to the line here. 2-point lead for the Red Devils. And Shiver looking to extend that. First shot on its way for Shiver. Up. Can't get it. 51-49. Score remains. Coach Wood talking a few things over with his players. And assistant coach Walden of the Broncos getting a word in with the referee, not sure what about. Nevertheless, Shiver setting up. Second shot on its way. Gets it to fall. 3-point lead now for the Red Devils. 52-49. 1:10 left in this game. Berry coming up the court. Berry crossover dribble. And Broncos are going to call a timeout. Full timeout by head coach Scott Bunnell. So we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. Be back with the action. You're listening right in front of the media area here. Final 1 minute and 6 seconds taking place now. Nick Stacy coming up the court. Gets inside to Shane Wyatt. Bubba Wyatt going to turn around, get the 15-foot turnaround jump shot. Coach Bunnell immediately calling for the full court pressure to maintain. Lancaster gets it to Shiver, and Shiver is fouled by Zach Keener. That's his third foul in this game. Shiver going to go to the line once again. 1-point lead now for the Red Devils, 52-51, excuse me.
Well, he missed he only hit 1 of 2 the last time at the free throw line, Jade, so we'll see what happens here.
West Lafayette overall showing pretty good composure at the free throw line. Shiver's first shot on its way, and gets a friendly roll off the backboard.
Well, again, with that 3-point shot, even if he hits this, it's only a 3-point lead, and Berry 3 can tie it, so.
Second shot from Shiver on its way. Can't get that one. So he never can make 2, can he, Lou? Berry coming up the court now. Dribbling inside, kicks it out to Keener. Keener over to Nick Stacy. Stacy inside to Wyatt.
Nice
Wyatt wide open to Keener. Keener ties the game up. 53-all, 31 seconds left in this game. George Zhang double team. Zhang gets Waters as Dave Wood calls a timeout.
Here's Jade.
Shiver set the key in for the Red Devils. Receives the ball from the referee. Immediately gets it into Lancaster. Lancaster still behind half court, guarded by Richardson. Final 20 seconds here. Lancaster dribbling around the perimeter. They don't want to foul him. Lancaster dribbling in and out, kicks the ball to Shiver. Shiver going to take a 3. Can't get it. But the Red Devils rebound. George Zhang gets it to Lancaster. Lancaster going to take a 3. Can't get it. And time expires.
Hey, we're going to overtime, Jade. We're used to this.
Hey, see how we do in this, the 4th overtime. Lancaster and Wyatt set the tip it off, and Wyatt controls the tip for the Broncos. Jesse Berry calmly dribbling up the court. Berry has 21 in this game thus far. Gets to Nick Stacy at the elbow. Stacy wide open. Pass inside. Richardson. Roddy Richardson puts up a shot as he's fouled, and it just tipped at the very tip of the basket, but rolled out. Nevertheless, he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That was Jordan Liturgis with the foul. That's his first foul.
Great look in the paint, though, Jade.
Definitely. He was wide open. First free throw up and can't get the friendly roll. Stayed on top of the basket for a couple seconds and then rolled out. He's going to get a second one, however. Second shot up for Richardson. Gets its ball. Broncos take lead 54-53. Lancaster coming up the court. Calling for a screen from Waters. Around the perimeter, gets it to Shiver. Shiver at the top of the key, met by Zach Keener. Turnaround move. Pressure continuing to be put on. Kicks it out to Waters. Waters to Lancaster. Lancaster penetrating on the baseline. Spin move. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. Richardson to Berry. Berry taking his time, coming up the court, taking some advice from Coach Bunnell.
Dodged a bullet on that one.
Definitely.
Shot in the paint there, and it missed.
Yep. 3:09 left in this game. Broncos on top by 1. Berry, couple shake and bake moves, drives inside, pro hop, lays it in. Fantastic penetration in the paint as Berry glides to the rim for a nice layup and puts his team on top, 56-53. Red Devils swing the ball around the perimeter. Liturgis dribbles around, gets to Lancaster. The Broncos say the ball was last touched by a Red Devils member and an over and back call, but apparently one of the Broncos touched it that we weren't aware of. At least that's what the referee saw. So Red Devils going to maintain possession. Lancaster gets into the Waters. Immediately hands it back off to Lancaster. Lancaster still behind half court, taking advice from Coach Wood. Now gets across, guarded by Roddy Richardson inside to Waters. Waters with a look. Swatted, but goaltending going to be called by Jesse Berry.
Boy, he was up there.
Yeah, so was the ball. Ball pretty much looked up in the air, but they're going to count the basket, 56-55. Broncos on top. Berry coming down the court. Berry at the top of the key. Shakes off Shiver, then comes back out towards half court. Berry going to hold on to the dribble here. No Red Devil coming up to put pressure on, so no count going right now. Dwindling away.
Well, Coach Dave Wood giving instructions to his defense just to stay in the 1-2-2 zone defense.
2:10 left in this game. Roddy Richardson comes over, receives a short pass from Jesse Berry, and then hands it right back off to Berry. Yeah. Hands it right back off to Berry. So Berry just holding on to the ball. We got a little Milan action going on here, Lou.
Yes, we do.
Hoosiers.
It's just kind of boring as we'll wait and see if any of the cheer blocks start hollering boring. Yeah. But we're down to 1:45,
Berry.
and Jeff leading by 1, and Berry just holding the ball here.
Slow clap starting here now at the Crawley Center. I imagine Coach Bunnell's instructing Berry to hold on to the ball. Both teams now just completely at a standstill. Both coaches giving instructions, particularly Dave Wood. A fake move by Berry as Shiver's concentration is broken from Coach Wood. 1:15 left in this game. All Bronco fans making a lot of noise. The Broncos do have the lead, 56-55, as we approach the final 1 minute and 10 seconds in this game. Well, Berry's still holding on to the ball, Lou.
Jeff fans are getting into it. They're standing up and cheering here.
Yep,
but
they're supporting their Broncos all the way.
Berry still holding the ball, and
eventually, Lou, something's going to have to happen here. A couple players starting to stir now. 50 seconds left in this game, Lou. 50 seconds left. Berry still holding on. 45 seconds left. Still a fake move. Berry hasn't left his pivot foot. Shiver comes on him now for a count. Berry dribbling around. Almost loses the ball.
He was just scaring everybody, wasn't he?
Dribbles out and around. Gives it to Keener. Keener to Berry. Berry driving inside. A lot of contact. Gets it to Keener. 24 seconds left. Berry receives the ball again. Fakes a pass. Goes in, and he gets swiped by John Shiver. His fifth foul. Shiver is fouled out so we're going to have to wait and get a substitution in before Barry can shoot these free throws. But Barry's going to shoot 2 in the double bonus.
Nope, it's 4. It's only 4,
oh, okay.
He said.
Made a correction, only 4 for Shiver. So Barry in the charity stripe. First shot on its way. Gets it. 57-55 for the Broncos. 20 seconds left in this game.
I'm sure West Lafayette probably may call a timeout here. We'll see if he hits this
Barry's
free
second
throw.
shot on its way. Gets it. 3-point lead, and yep, we called it, Lou. Red Devil's going to call a timeout.
Well, we got a full timeout, so stay with us. Come back. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. Here's Jade.
Red Devils set to key it in. Lancaster going to get it in. He's one of their more talented free throw shooters. Gets it into Waters. Back to Lancaster. Lancaster still in the back court. 15 seconds left. Lancaster coming up the court. Gets it to George Zhang. Zhang going to put up a 3. Can't get it, and Liturgis with the rebound. George Zhang puts up a 3 and gets it. Wow. Timeout. Timeout by the Broncos. The game is tied 58-58. 2.5 seconds left. 5 seconds. Bubba gonna get it. Quarterback pass to timeout. Whoa. Little dangerous there. Bubba attempting a very long and pretty high pass to Roddy Richardson. And Barry, Keener, Richardson, Stacy, and Wyatt. Bubba looking for someone. Gets it to Richardson. Richardson going to throw a shot up. Can't get it to go, and we're going to double overtime here at the Crawley Center. Second double. Tip it off. Bubba. Wyatt and tip control by West Lafayette here. A little change. Lancaster has the ball across half court, guarded by Roddy Richardson. Now over to Stacy, almost stolen, and it is stolen by Stacy. Here comes Jesse Berry into Bubba. Shot up, blocked by Lancaster. Ooh, wow.
Blocked by Waters. What a block. Zach Waters blocked Bubba's layup there. West Lafayette back on the attack. Here's Waters on the wing. Guarded by Bubba. What a defensive play there put on by the Red Devils. 3:22 to go here. We're in double overtime here at the Crawley Center. Sweet Lou Jeff was out her, along with my tag team partner, Jade Washburn. Broncos 1-0 in double overtime as we defeated the Fishers Tigers about 3 weeks ago at Fishers. As West Lafayette just working the ball around. We're at the 3-minute mark, tied at 58. Lancaster being guarded by Roddy Richardson. They're just working the ball out in the perimeter. Zach Keener now on Shiver, trying to get a 5 count. Now back over to Waters. Waters to Lancaster. 2:40 to go here in double overtime. Ball lost out of bounds. Going to be retained by the Red Devils. Lancaster going to trigger in right in front of us here. We're just a couple of bleacher seats up. Now Coach Dave Wood changes and has John Shiver going to trigger it in. Gets it into Waters. Waters now holding the ball. Now to Lancaster. He's at the top of the key. He's going in for a layup. Shot up and good.
Broncos still playing man-to-man defense and pressuring an awful lot.
60-58, 2:22 to go. Broncos on the attack, trailing by 2. Barry gets it into Bubba. Oh, we got a foul called.
Coach Wood does not like that at all as he hops up in the air and runs up and down his team's bench. 60-58 to score with 2:16 left.
Believe it or not, Jade, that foul was called on Matt Lancaster, and we're in double overtime. That's his first foul. So what a player. What a player. I'm very impressed with him. First time I've seen him play. Bubba's first free throw up and no good. He is smart on the football field, and he's smart on the basketball court. I'm very impressed with the young man.
Very talented all-around athlete.
Great kid. Bubba's second free throw up and good. So it's 60-59 in double overtime. 2:16 to go. Lancaster cross half court. Oh, we got a foul call. Looks like it's going to, and the free throw line's going to be Jordan. How do you pronounce his last name? Liturgis, I'm sorry. I apologize if Mr. and Miss Liturgis are listening, but Liturgis,
Roddy
6-foot junior,
Roddy Richardson's 4th foul. So Turgis making his first appearance at the charity stripe.
2 free throws here. First shot up and good. So not much experience for Liturgis, and he hits a free throw, makes it 61-59 with 2:10 to go here in double overtime. Second free throw up and gets the roll. It's good. 3-point lead now. 62-59. Here comes Barry across the half court. Man-to-man defense by West Lafayette. Headed toward the paint. Up and good. So Jesse Barry heads for a layup. 62-61. We're at the 2-minute mark. Lancaster gets it over to Shiver. Shiver back to Lancaster. Now to Waters. All at the top of the key. Zhang heading through the paint. Lancaster being guarded by Richardson, who has 4 fouls. 1:40 to go. Lancaster dribbling out. Now he's headed toward the baseline. Now brings it back out. Now back out to the top of the key. Richardson starting a 5 count now.
Broncos still in the man-to-man.
Lancaster headed into the paint. Over to Zhang for a shot up and good. That's a 2-pointer.
Foot was on the line.
Yep. 64-61. Here comes Barry for the Broncos. Onto the baseline. Over to Keener. Richardson, top of the key. Stacy now on the wing. Gets it into Bubba. He's in the paint. Now over to Barry for a 3. Up and good. This got it. Tied. Wow. What a ball game. 64 apiece with 1 minute to go. Lancaster layup. Up and no good, but there's a foul.
Oh, my.
It's like they're going to get Stacy on that.
They are. I believe that. Not quite sure. It's been a while since Stacy's foul, but that could be his 5th foul here in this game, if that's indeed who they did call.
That is 5.
Yep.
That was on Nick Stacy. So tough break for the sophomore of Lafayette, Jeff. 57.2 to go. Game tied 64 apiece. 2 free throws for Matt Lancaster of the Red Devils. And again, I can't say enough what a player this Matt Lancaster is.
Definitely.
Both, I did get to see him play football, but because I was at Bronco games whenever Colin Belding's reporting in for Nick Stacy.
4 of the 5 Red Devils in the backcourt now, leaving Lancaster all alone at the free throw line, but that shouldn't bother him as he's had a pretty sterling reputation from free throw line. Gets the first one.
First one up and good. 65-64, 57.2 to go. Lancaster will get another free throw here. A little different look when you don't have any of your teammates in there, but he gets the second free throw.
Definitely.
66-64. We're 55 seconds to go. Here comes Barry. Broncos trailing by 2. It's like a little zone defense. Barry having a couple guys on him. He's headed toward the paint now. Now gets it back out. He gets it over to Richardson, top of the key. Barry, 3-pointer up. No good. Rebound. Lancaster, we got a jump ball. Possession arrow. Pointed towards the Broncos. So Broncos get a break here. Going to be triggering in on the baseline. 38.8 to go. Broncos trail by 2. Richardson. Barry shot up. He got his pocket picked. Stolen by Barry. Up. No good. Barry, no good again. Lancaster gets fouled by Bubba. So what a sequence down there at the end. 2 shots in the paint by the Broncos, both by Barry. He went directly to the rim, and they both popped out.
Lancaster going to go to the line now. Wow.
31.3 to go in double overtime. West Lafayette leading Lafayette Jeff 66-64. And wow, what a sequence down there in the paint on the Jeff end. Barry got his pocket picked, then got the ball back. Shot missed again, and then rebound by Lancaster, and he is fouled by Bubba. His 4th foul. Lancaster misses the free throw. Boy, that's a big free throw. Trailing by 2. That 3-point shot with 31.3 to go. And ladies and gentlemen, I thought last night was great, but this is a great one too. As Lancaster hits the second one. 67-64, double overtime. 30 seconds to go. Here comes Barry. Barry, double team. Zach Keener headed over to Roddy Richardson. 3-pointer. Good. And one. Holy cow.
Wow, you don't see this very often in basketball. Near the end of the game, Roddy Richardson with an NBA range 3 at least sinks it and one.
Holy cow, he was way out behind the three-point line on the wing.
Dave
Got
Wood
fouled.
Great right now.
Fouled by Liturgis.
Absolutely incredible. And that tied the game.
Yep, 67-67. 20.5 to go. Holy mackerel.
Crowd just erupted as that shot was hit.
So here's Roddy. One free throw here, the and one to put the Broncos up. Shot up and no good. Rebound by Roddy. It goes off him. And it's going to be West Lafayette ball. Tough break by Roddy Richardson. He got down to try and get that and was knocked away off his foot out of bounds. So 18 seconds to go. 67 all in double overtime here at the Crawley Center. West Lafayette and Lafayette Jeff. What a ball game.
Incredible.
Here's West Lafayette on the attack. Got a foul by, it's like that's going to be on Colin Belding as he fouled.
And Waters going to go to the line.
I'm not sure. We were 16.7, so game tied. So he hits two free throws. We'll get Barry to hit a three to win it, Jade.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Or maybe Richardson the tied and one, whatever. So I told her, I mentioned earlier, free throws would win this game, and they've been an integral part all the way down the line here. Both teams in the double bonus way in the fourth quarter. Here goes Zach Waters, the 6'3 junior. Two free throws. First free throw up and good.
Gets it. Waters got it. Wow.
Cool dude here, 68-67. As Dave Wood's going to call a timeout here. He's going to ice his own shooter.
Exactly what I was going to say. Interesting.
Here with 16.7 in double overtime. 68-67, West Lafayette over Lafayette Jeff. And Zach Waters, couple dribbles here. Ready for his second free throw. It's up and way short, and the Broncos have the ball, trailing by one. Going to win it here, hopefully. Here's Barry. Shot up and no good, but he's fouled.
Wow. 8.6 seconds left. Foul going to be on Waters, it looks like.
8.6 left on the clock.
Well, actually, referee's sorting out now as to who they're going to. Yep, they're going to get it on Waters, and that is Waters' fifth foul.
Fifth foul on Zach Waters. Boy, what a ball game. But, boy, you could see ice on his hands there as he shot that second free throw. It barely brushed the iron.
Yeah, Barry. We get two here from Charity Stripe. Dave Wood again calling most of his players over to talk about it. Waiting to see who the substitution is.
Well, Broncos trail 68-67. We're double overtime. 8.6 seconds to go on the clock. Jesse Barry at the free throw line to shoot two. First free throw up and good. He gets the roll. The game tied at 68. So clutch free throw shooting here by the junior Bronco, Lafayette Jeff Bronco, Jesse Barry. Second free throw. It flies it up and good, and the Broncos lead by one. Coach Scott Funnell is going to take a full basket. Full court pressure put on by the Broncos. Ball triggered in. Here's Shiver headed down the baseline. Going for a layup. It is no good. Bubba with the rebound. And he's fouled.
That went in and out. That could have, the game was determined just right there. Shiver putting up a shot, circled around the rim, toying with every single fan and every single player in this stadium. No good. 1.8 seconds left, and Bubba Wyatt's headed to the line for two.
1.8 to go, and I got to say it here, Jade. It's a real shame somebody has to lose this game. Boy, what a gutsy performance by both West Lafayette and Lafayette Jeff.
Absolutely. Both teams playing their hearts out. No lack of intensity or emotion in this game.
Bubba's first free throw up and good. And
gets the Broncos roll.
Broncos now lead 70-68. 1.8 to go in double overtime here at the Crawley Center. Jeff fans on their feet. Bubba ready to take a second free throw up, and it is good.
3-point lead for the Broncos. 1.8 seconds left.
Lancaster looking for somebody to throw to. There's going to be a three-point shot. Stolen by Richardson. Throws it in. Game is over. Holy cow, Broncos win in double overtime. 70-61, and Jade and Jeff are 4 for 4. Jade with two overtime announcements,
now
victories, and Sweet Lou, Jeff Luzatter with two double overtime announcements.